Hello guys, welcome back. We are at Girona, not in Girona, at Girona, in Girona. Okay, anyway guys, Girona had an extremely good season this year. It was almost as they went up to an Europa League place at the last part of the season. I'm not going to try to build up a Girona team that is based on what they played last season. We're going to try to, because the reason is also because I don't think we can manage to make as good as a result that they made it. Okay, you have to see yourself what you can do here. And I will come later on with the teams, like set up the same formation styles as the coaches does. But anyway guys, in Girona you have expectations here that there are no philosophies here. I think they just want to stay up, to be honest with you. The transfer update and everything, you can see the finances and board, you don't got much money. You're very addicted to our good old friends, if you want to tell it that way. We are very need of our helps with where is it? They have the club have corporations, with City. As City, we're able to send players on loan to Girona, and we are not and this can help us. We are needy of that help from Manchester City, the City group, what we can do next year. Okay, as you can see, I have already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players on loan. I'm not telling all of them are from Manchester City, but a lot of them are from City. You also got a C team that's gonna give you a problem. You have here Kjetil Haukis from Manchester City, a Norwegian goalkeeper, 18 years old. Yeah, I don't think he's anything to do in our first team. And Bruno Diaby is also from Sampdoria. I would just terminate that deal if I was you. That's up to you, but because both of them, my C team is not a team I really use time on. Maybe try to sell everything we have here as well. Jumping, you got Agos Konseska. I will not use much time here, guys, to see if we have anything, because I don't believe we have. We got Parelda is our second team, and you can go from here and move them up to the first team if you want to. What do you have here is players like Pike Song Ho, which can give you some money in the long run, but he's not good enough for your first team. I can tell you that right away. His strange ability, you have Jola Arimani. I'm not going to look that much into the B team either, guys, because you can go down to here. You can also see that Johan Andersson is the only player who I think can take any steps up. Okay, so maybe loan him away for the first season. The wages are low here, so you should know that. In your junior team, under 19 team, you have also Farid Boya, who is going to be sold at the end of the season to Metz. These are players from the first teams on loan. The only player is these two players here. And that was it. Okay, when you're gonna set up a team, guys, from and you don't know the players that much, you are not sure, because remember, these stats and attributes was a little bit fixed in February, but it's in Girona's sake, many of these players are better, okay, and what they are today. So you can either go and copy paste what they do in real life. And if you don't know the players, you should just start by look at the strikers, because the ability, if you have a striker who's only good with his head against the goal and he can just run this way, then you know that you should be playing with two strikers, or you should play possession football or have two strikers, because if you play counter football and he's good only in finishing, then you will have problems fooling around him. We got Antonio Lozano, this is on loan from Barcelona B, I think his main strength is his finishing and first touch. This is, in my opinion, a poacher. I'm not a complete forward. He can play it if wanted, but he's more a poacher kind of player. He's 24 years old, and Then you got Michel Ulunga. He's from China on loan, and his strength is really nothing. So if you can, you should also terminate this loan and let him go back. You got Larry Coyote from Manchester City. This is an interesting player, I think, as a striker, because he got pace and technique and he wants the ball. So you have a paceful striker here. You can already now, I can think about Coyote and Lozano together. Lozano cannot play as a lone striker. He's not good enough. His ability is not good enough, guys. And he will not. But Coyote can play as a lone striker based on his pace on counter-attacks. Then you got Stuani had an extremely good season last year, guys. He scored, I think, 17. It was extremely good. Their main striker. If a Chinese club comes, then you have a problem. In the game, Stuani has good, okay heading, okay finishing. So he arrives late in the opposition's box, but I don't know what you can give him or what he will give you, to be honest, guys. In real life, I think he's a lot better than what you can see here. His heading is extremely good in the real life. So here, Stuani is not my main striker, to be honest with you. I'm gonna Garcia as an inside forward. He likes a little bit. Okay, anyway, then I got to imagine a picture of how it is forward. But then I go always here if I doesn't know the players well, and I think, okay, it seems like if I'm going to either I go two strikers and use Stuani or Lozano beside Coyote, or I go with Coyote alone. The reason I talk about Coyote and his lack of finishing here is his pace. His pace can make us play counter football, and that will help us counter-attacking football, okay? So I go here, guys, I take away the goalkeepers, they are the last part of the game, and I go in defense. The only thing I want to see from the goal is if they can pass the ball, because if these players cannot pass the ball or kick the ball, then I need defenders who can do it. Yeah, but he's not our first goalkeeper. Yeah, you have a little problem here with the sleeper goalkeeper. If it seemed like Iroza, but maybe you can go with Suarez, but we come back to that later. Okay, anyway, we take out the defender, guys. We're gonna look at the defenders and we're gonna go to attributes immediately, and we're gonna look at their physiques. We're gonna look at their mental to start with, because we want to see, and we just need the central defenders, to be honest with you. I can see how good these two players, I'm gonna mark them, they are good in reading the game. But decision, Bernardo is 12. It's not that bad. To positioning, this is important if you can't play low defensive rank. Ramaholo. And then we're gonna go a little bit here, and we're gonna look at their tackling abilities. The tackling ability comes important because they can tackle and don't win the ball. Okay. Then we're gonna look at their pace. That was good. Bonicia. And Planes is a left back. Okay. Then we got I think we can play both high defensive line and low defensive line. The thing with Bernardo here was his jumping reach is good. So if you're gonna place the defensive line low, then the jumping reach is extremely important, because you can get a lot of crosses, the opposition can play some hard balls on you. But we're also playing in Spain. Most of the teams are trying to play it on keep the ball down. So but jumping reach is good, his strength is good, his pace is low. So with him in the defense, you can forget about having the high defensive line, okay? But if you are having the defensive line low, then you should have good positioning, good decisions, because you're just outside your own box, and good tackling ability. And for me, Bernardo, okay, he's not a center defender. Ramalho, no, he's not good at all in that position. Alca, I can see Alca is okay in jumping reach, positioning, decision, space is not that bad. It can maybe go with Alcala. You got Jonape is okay here, good with the ball out, and his positioning is okay. His decisions is not that bad. Reads the game, simple, jumping range is good. He was better than expected. Then you got Bernardo that we went through. His positioning is, but his physique is good, you know. And Municia at last. His tackling is good. Jumping reach is bad. His positioning is not that bad. You cannot play low block with him either. So I think we're gonna go with Bernardo here. Jurape. And then you're gonna look at the sides. You know, I think we're gonna play with a low block defense. And we got a player called Joan Mojica here. He gave us nothing defensively, only offensively. So forget him right away. I think it's Municia and Planos who can play them. Municia is on loan from Stoke. As you can see, his technique is good, his passing is good, so maybe a 3-back line he could be good there. His pace is good, so he can play as a fullback in support. Sorry, fullback in support. Okay, but he takes the good. How is his positioning is good? Okay, so his passing is good, so he can help us out and build up the game. Yeah, I can look at Planos. I think Planos will be too offensively for us. Municia will be a left defender. I am doing a lot of crazy things today. You got Mafao from City. He really had a good season. I think he went to Germany after this season was over. He was sold. He gives you offensively. He's a more offensive player, but he gives you okay defensively as well. Positioning is good. His decisions is not that bad. His pace is not that good, but I think it gives us enough defensively. Then you got Adai. I don't know if you have heard about him, but Adai is also a player who can bring. For me, he's a good backup. He's not a good winger either because of his lack of pace and dribbling abilities. Anyway, and you got Pedro Alca. Who could play right back, and you got Jonas Ramalho. Maybe sell Ramalho, maybe, because I think you can get good money from him. But that's that, guys. And you come to the midfield. I think we are smelling. First of all, you need to see. We know our strikers. We have one player with extreme pace. Do we have any crossers in this team? No. Do we have any good dribblers? No. Do we got any good long shooters? No. Passers? Only one. Alex Garcia from Manchester City. He's our only passer. And his teamwork work rate is okay. That was not as expected. I expected better, to be honest. Okay. Who got David Timor? Oh, he was very good in the earlier versions of Championship of Football Manager. This guy is a good guy. David Timor is a player who can bring up the ball from, because his first touch is good. He's the player who will set up your last part of the game. Okay. Then you will also need someone Flair. So the thing you're lacking here, you're lacking player who can do something at the third part of the game. None of them have anything extreme beside that City striker Kawada, who had extreme pace. So you don't have dribbles, you don't have pacey midfielders. So what we're gonna look at now is we're gonna look at let's see if they have defensive abilities so we can win the ball a lot. You got Perez Pons, his work rate is good. Doesn't give you much, but good positioning is good. So I will set something on Pons because of his. We want the defensive line to be set up deep. This is a good player to have deep because he reads the game. He have good decisions. He have good positioning. Lack of tackling will be a problem, and the work rate is good, so he can position himself well. Okay, that's Pons. Then you got teamwork. We have also Porto here. Porto. He is. Yeah, he is also a good player. This is a very good player. Shadow striker. I can't see that. Maybe. Positioning is not that well, and yeah, interesting play. In a way, for me, this team doesn't look like having the wingers, so I think we're gonna play in this. We're gonna play with a diamond formation here, I think. Do we have a good tackler, as we are lacking a tackler here? And you can see Joap is our only tackler beside Municia and Douglas Luiz, who is from also City, the 19-year-old. His decision is okay, so I'm not afraid of using him. Reads the game well, doesn't crack up, positioning is good, wants the ball. I think Douglas Luiz can be a good player for us. Then you have two strikers up front because Granella in real life is a very good player, I think, but I don't know, guys. It's Granell because of his technical ability, his positioning as well, wants the ball. This Mujica guy, I think I would just turn back. Not right away because he has pace, you know. Suddenly you play with wingers, you need him, but if you start something and it works, send him away. We got Alex Garcia, I think is a good substitute for the Timio, but maybe we should do something with Granell. Maybe Granell should come in and Porto goes out. And Porto does have some extreme good abilities. I didn't see it right away, but I can see it afterwards. And the same with Pons, you know. Pons' work rate, positioning, decisions, and conviction is important. It lacks passing. We do need defending. I'm sorry, Pons, but I cannot take out Douglas Luiz as his tackling is good, because the thing is, Granell have the ability to link up defense with attack. You need two players who can do that, not only one. Up front, I think all positions we are going with. I'm going to give it to Coyote and Stuani. Okay, based on Coyote's pace, Coyote's pace, we do need Granell inside the field because he can find him from deeper positions, while Timur can find him from higher positions. I'm going to go with Porto here. He's our offensive player in a way. He will go higher up. Granell will go deep. Timur and Darius will go here, and Porto will go here. Right, this Porto is of higher working rate, so it's better to have him lower. He's playing in a way that we're gonna play a little bit like Carlos Queiroz does sometimes, the ex-assistant coach of Portugal, and Portugal did in World Cup. I think this can be the thing. The thing is, guys, this team need to play attacking football. They need to take risks, they need to go forward because they cannot play the tiki-taka out there, but they should be playing structure, so this role should overgo it. These rules are the main thing. I will come back to it later, you know, because we want these 3 players to attack and get a little bit help from Porto. These 4 players can do it. When they get the ball, they just need to finish it, okay? These players will stand support, so yes, we're playing control, the players taking risks, but that's mainly these 4 players here. These are the players we will make sure have a defensive duties, and therefore we will not go fluid, because then they will also play attacking. We will go structured like this, okay? And while we are doing this, we're gonna go look at the defense, guys. As you know, a goalkeeper here is a sweeper goalkeeper at not a chance. So, but a central defender should having one of them should take the ball out, and that is Junape. He will be a ball-playing defender. At left you have Municia. He should be fullback in support, and maybe also a wing-back in support. You can use him as a defense. I'm sorry, because of his passing ability, he can maybe play a little bit higher up in the field, but then you have to do it like this. Okay, I will come back to it later. And you should, as you play all with diamond, guys, you should make him mark the specific position, and that should be the right winger. The reason is, if not, you have if you have a winger coming up here, a left back, if you have a winger and a fullback coming up here, he can suddenly forget about the winger and go press the fullback, and the winger is free, and strange thing will happen there. Okay, the same thing here. He will go at left. Then you got Mafau here. Mafau should be playing fullback in support. I won't use him as a wing back defense because he doesn't get that passing ability. I don't need him higher up in the field. But with Municia here and him, 2 ball-playing defenders, you can get something special out front here. Okay, you got Luis here. I think he's the best ball winner in our team, but he doesn't get aggression. So right away you think about maybe think about ball winning midfielder. His marking good, his tackling is good, his aggression is low, his bravery is low. It's lacking this part, but maybe it's better to use him as a Carrillo. Carrillo's work very well in diamond formations, as does Mezella's. So by using Porto here as a Mezzella, the problem with him as a Mezzella is, how can I tell you, he's not good enough passer or dribbler, but he's maybe the best we got. But many of you also maybe think that he can play as a center midfield in the offense here. He can do something in attack, center midfield in attack, I'm sorry, because of his aggression. He's the only player who can break up, you know, come from deep to high up in the field. The Mezzella in attack, in support. If you try as a Mezzella, but the thing is with the Mezzella in support, if you go in attack, you take more risky passes. We don't want him to take more risky passes, so we take him in support. Okay. You also got Granel. Granel's main objectives is sit deep, defend here, and launch passes up front to the 3 in front. These 3 will keep the ball, have the ball, and Porto will come up when he feels like it, when he feels it's the right time to come up. Granel will therefore be a deep line playmaker in defend mode, and he will take more risky passes and direct passes. Okay, these 2 guys will do the ball playing part, play it forward. Timur will be playing here as an advanced playmaker in support. The reason he can take us long shots, as you can see. So maybe I will do it another way. I will maybe use him in attack, and I'll ask him to take more risky passes, shoot more often, roam from position, and move into channels. This works very well for runners. He's not a runner, but maybe this will work, because I want him to shoot a little bit more often, because he's got good long shots. That's the thing that can maybe win us games on counterattacks. His first touch is good, his passing is good, so I want him to take more risky passes. I want him to roam more, because there's a lot of spaces out flanks there he can move on to, and I want him to move into channels because we need to fill up in the field. Then you got the main guy, this guy. How do you use this guy? Because the only thing he's gonna do is gonna run in the room, run in pace, run beside the defense line. Okay. So you have two choices here. You can move him up at the right flank and use Timur as the left as advanced playmaker. And use him as a winger. You use his flank at the sides. Or you can use him as a defensive forward and ask him move into channels. But he has a good dribbling and he has good technique. So it's only lack of finishing ability that he lacks, okay? So I personally believe he's a good advanced forward. So, but the problem with advanced forward is it's very hard to work with. They move as they want, but I think this player, this guy will do that. I think Coyote anyway have you use him, but you can use Coyote as a right winger and Timur as a left, coming as an advanced playmaker. But then if Coyote is out, you don't have any players who can play the position. So maybe to keep him here is better. I should roam from position. No, we don't want him to roam because we want him to attack. You know, because he lacks finishing, let him roam. Let him go on the flanks too. We should close down all the way. Or tackle harder. He can run wide with the ball. Because we want him out the sand, because he can maybe be, since these fullbacks is not coming up high up in the field, he can maybe help out to get some crosses to Stuani, who's got good heading. Then we are also getting in Timur coming in from behind. Okay, so okay, let's look at Stuani. Stuani is he should be linking up the play, but he doesn't got the linking abilities. For me, he would be falling up as a complete, you know, he's also set up as advanced forward. For me, he's not advanced forward. He can be complete forward in support. That's it. And he can move into channels. Then we go here. Do we want them to play fast? Normal, because we are already going a little bit higher tempo. We don't want them to push it too many high balls. We don't want them to play wider. Use a bit fair narrow. Defensive line will be slightly deeper. They will close line sometimes. Use tight marking, use offside trap. You can use the offside trap anyway, guys. You don't need to have high defensive line to use the offside trap. Maybe because no. Then we use tight marking. easier when you have long like this. Okay, you will play out of defense because we have defensive players who can do that, and we will attack through the middle. This is not so important. You should really, to be honest, don't push this button at all. But we're gonna do it this for time. And retain possession, no. More disciplined. Roam from position, pass into space. If they start firing the shots all over, push this one. But I think this is okay. I think that's okay. Run at defense. No, we don't have dribblers. Yeah, there you got it, guys. And then you can go out here, guys, and see who we can sell, who we can keep. I think there's not many players we can sell here because we don't own them. You got players such as Eloy Almagat as number 10. You can see here he was not the first team player to be, but he has been here a long time, and he's a Girona player. But in my opinion, he's 32 years old. He's low. His wage is low, and he's backup, so you're not going to make any problems. Passing is good, but this is not good enough to La Liga, to be honest with you. Leading player for most second division sides, I would sell him. Maybe you get some disharmony if you sell him, but you should be selling him. Borja Garcia, he's a good dribbler, he's a good finisher. He can play in a role, but he lacks a passing. He can play the role of behind the strikers if you need it. Based on his acceleration and pace, he can do some good work there. His lack of long shots, so if you use him, take away the long shots. And you also got, as we talk about the Planes, and you got Alex Garcia, who is also a good substitute, who can play both deep line playmaker and behind here. Then you have also Borja Garcia, as we talked about. You have Amagat, you got Porto, you got Olunga. I don't know if you need Olunga, to be honest with you. And Lozano can be a good substitute for Stuani, and yeah, maybe sell one of your defenders. And goalkeeper, you got Bonoa, the Moroccan international. I don't know if he will play in the World Cup this year, but you got this player too. He was a fixed goalkeeper last year. Maybe you should go with him as a first goalkeeper. But to be honest, I think Corica is better. But he's the future, of course. So maybe Suarez, if you dare. So you need players from City. I don't really know. I have not played with Girona. This is my first time setting up. You need the City players because when the season is over, Mafou is out, Municia is out, Douglas Lewis is out, and your main paceful player, Coyote, is out. Coyote. Where have Coyote been all my life? Coyote, I think I saw him in Standard League or something like that. Oh, Luzern. Oh, he played in Luzern. 10 goals in Israel and then to Austria. He had delivered a lot of goals. 3.5 million. He had delivered good goals. Guys, I hope this was interesting for you. I hope you will play with Girona. Maybe we can share some ideas if you played with them and have a good season. Please share with me. If you like it, hit the like button. If you don't like it, don't hit the like button, okay? I'm not forcing you. It's okay? And see you later, guys.